G'day guys, this is Deadman316 and episode 41 of Notch's God. And we have upgraded to an iron trench. And upgraded the iron trench as well. Okay, so my iron golem farm that I had before, the triple version of Doc M's, was not producing enough iron for me, as I'm using this as an AFK farm and not having it either in my spawn chunks or around my spawn area, or an area that I would be in a lot, I should say. So therefore it wasn't exactly what I needed. I want to be able to come here AFK for a few hours and get a crap ton of materials, and that's what I get. A ton of roses and a hell of a lot of iron, and that's what we want. I don't want to have to basically scrounge around for iron all the time. Whereas I've got to scrounge around for gold, but that's another story. Now, I know this doesn't look pretty at the moment, and it will next time I record. I was going to say next week, that's why I started. Now, this block here is 16 away from there, and that one is 16 away from our secondary farm. So I'm thinking, without doors of course, we could be able to have not golems, villagers in this area, so that we can have the perfect villagers in their own little stalls, which is what I was actually going to set up this week until I decided to build this huge contraption. But the nether brick over here is exactly 70 blocks away from each of these contraptions, so that will allow me to have doors in that area, so I can have an infinite village farm over there. However, I will need to be able to shut it off and turn it back on, because the amount of villagers that you have in an area, in your world in general, I believe it is, can affect the rates of this happening, so we'll have to control that fairly regularly. And then when we get perfect villagers, we can bring them over here and we can have them as trades. I'm also going to have another AFK thing over here to do. Basically just a small fishing hut. But I want to set it up a little bit, well, not set it up differently. It's going to be the JL fishing hut. I think it was JL or Panda. Probably Panda. My bad. Sorry. And that's going to be set up a little bit differently, just to look a bit more pleasing, and or go into the way that I wish for it to go. Now, there are no iron golems spawning at the moment, because I've just come over from our main hut, so it's currently in the rebuild process, and without the village marker mod on, you can't exactly tell, you can't see what's happening, but what's actually going on during this time is that a village will get created over there, get flung into the center here by revealing one of these doors, two of these doors, but one will get flung into the center and a brand new one will get created over here. Then they'll get flung over there again and back to the center and back and forth, ping-ponging all the way through. Then once that's all done, phase 2, which is the roof section, will start, and a villager will travel up and down on a little minecart rail while single blocks open up, lining up all the villagers and making them all nice and happy. And then we get a crap ton of iron, and roses. But mainly iron, that's why we do it. So yeah, we'll dress that up. We'll build something here to have for our village, perfect villages, and we'll also have the infinite village spawner over there. So the reason it's 16 blocks away is because a villager can't actually detect doors that are more than 16 blocks away. I'm pretty sure I've got that accurate. 16 or 17. I think it's on the 17th block. They can't detect them anymore. And also if they are 4 blocks below them. Below or above. Oh, hi. So at the moment he's 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one is just under this platform. When he's down, that is. So then he can detect the doors and throw them off wherever they need to be. But, ow. So why that's important for me is because of having the villagers in here. Obviously light the place up a bit better because stuff can still spawn around here, but they can't spawn in the building to destroy my doors, and they couldn't. I don't think they can. No, they can't get up here to destroy those doors either, so all doors are safe, and that's all that really matters to us at the moment, so that things don't break. I'm not sure if I'll mention this yet or not. The redstone lamps, I've added in a little feature because this will automatically trigger an update if it doesn't detect a golem coming through on that pressure plate. So, which gets sent to this timer and then sent all around. Shut up. Gets sent to that timer and resets it and you start again. But what was happening was whenever they would get tangled, which doesn't happen all that often, but the first day I was trying it out, it happened 2 or 3 times. So if they get tangled up in there, they're not coming down here, and no more are spawning to trip that. So they'll just sit there bouncing each other back and forth, and for whatever reason it wasn't getting fixed up. So I need to know if it's clogged. And I've turned off the detector, so when it's not detecting that there are any iron golems coming through, then it's not going to trigger the reset, because them getting stuck up there basically stops iron production, but it also prevents any from spawning and dropping and triggering the plates, and it'll trigger the reset mechanism, which in turn will just loop. You'll get the reset happening, and then the reset happening again, then the reset happening again. Are you triggering me? Yes, you are. But hey, come in here. But apart from that, it's basically perfect. The way I've got it at the moment, because it's producing a crap load of iron, and that's what we want. Come on, hurry up. Die. So, until next time, when I've got this place a little bit more cleaner upper, which probably won't be next week, because I've got a couple of things on at the moment. It'll probably again be in 2 weeks, so thank you for watching, and I shall see you later. Bye. Ow. Ow.